All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call I'm La, Allahayna wa Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Harakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and a hearty shalom to the elect. All right, it's your brother Kradazar back again with another lesson. And listen, you hearing this straight from the horse's mouth, okay? All right. What I mean by you see that Edomite man in the military uniform, he's telling you about war that's being prepared. All right, so let's start off with this. This is Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that woe is World War III. Okay, World War III is on the way. Okay, and let's just listen.
Commander has just told the entire world to be on high alert for a possible World War III. Look.
When I look around the globe, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and others are increasing their collaboration and their cooperation as their interests align against us.
Look at that. Nations, Russia, China, all right. I think he said North Korea as well. All right. They're aligning against America. The Lord is making this happen, and the Lord is allowing this to happen. And the military generals, this is looks like a 4-star general, maybe 5. Yeah, 4-star general, right? High in the knowledge of information about war, strategically, all right, and hand-to-hand combat. Strategic is at a level where you have to sit down and look at data and think. Nonetheless, let's listen.
We see this clearly in Ukraine. While President Trump pushes for a peaceful resolution to a horrible war, China continues to fund Putin's war machine. Iran continues to supply technology and weapons. And North Korean combat troops remain in Russia on Ukraine's border. And of course, there's a confluence between Russia, Iran, and Venezuela and their dark fleet of oil tankers that is helping to fund the war. In the Arctic and the high north, we see a similar trend. Russian and Chinese vessels are conducting more and more joint patrols. Chinese icebreakers and research vessels are in Arctic waters, and their research is not for peaceful purposes. It's to gain a military advantage. Russia, meanwhile, continues testing advanced capabilities in the Barents Sea. As new shipping routes emerge and new resources are discovered, the Arctic only grows in strategic importance. And all of this comes in the midst of an increasing hybrid threat: airspace violations, GPS and GNSS interference, and the shadow fleet in the Baltic Sea threatening underwater infrastructure. In short, the Arctic, and Northern Europe by extension, has become a front line for strategic competition. Within NATO, Allied Command Operations, the command that SACEUR oversees, has taken steps to strengthen our deterrent posture, much of which is oriented in that northern region, here. Just over a year ago, we established Baltic Sentry, an activity to protect that critical underwater infrastructure. And this past fall, we developed Eastern Sentry to increase our agility and further integrate our air and missile defenses on the eastern flank. More recently, in just the past month, we've realigned the boundaries of our joint commands, and now Joint Force Command Norfolk brings together NATO's activities in the Arctic under one command, allowing us to better defend all allies in Europe, in the Arctic, and the strategic approaches to North America.
United States military.
You heard it right there from the horse's mouth. All right, World War III is on the rise. Military nations are strategically planning, all right, their moves in regards to what they're doing and what they want to do, as far as drills, as far as supporting another nation, all right, as far as defense, as far as offense. Okay, you see it being set up right before you. All right, let's go to Isaiah. All right, quick. This is Isaiah. I'm gonna read to 5. I'm gonna read to 6. I'm gonna just read. This is Isaiah 13:1. It says, "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see." It says, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles." All right, let's read that on the right in the BBE. It says, "Put a flag on a clear mountaintop, make a loud outcry to give to them, give direction with the hand, so that they may go into the gates, the doors of the great ones. All right. The Lord is gathering militaries, okay? And prophecy is going to lead them to destroying America. All right. Verse 3, it says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. All right, let's read it in the BBE. I have given orders to my holy ones. I have sent out my men of war, those of mine who take pride in the power to give effect to my wrath. All right, the Lord is going to have these nations, all right, gather together, and they're doing it through, you know, things that I mentioned: the defensive force, the offensive force, the strategic planning, the aiding of other nations. Okay, they're going to come together and put the wrath of the Lord on America, man. Okay. Verse 4 says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Just as this general guy was making mention of in his video, that all these militaries are getting their stuff together to prepare for World War III. All right. Let's read this in the BBE. It says, the noise of great numbers in mountains, like the noise of a strong people, the noise of the kingdoms of the nations meeting together. The Lord of armies, which his name is Yahweh, is numbering his forces for war. All right, let's look at this word mustereth. And you're going to see that that's exactly what was happening. All right. The word mustard is padak.
Strong's H6485. Pakad.
All right. And if you look, it says here to appoint, look after, care for. Let's go to definition 568. It says here to appoint, assign, lay upon, as charge, a deposit. And the Lord is assigning these battleships and these military men, whether they're fighting in the Ukraine war with Russia, or if they're fighting in this Iran war with Israel and America, or they're going back and forth with China and Taiwan and North Korea, whatever play that these individuals are making, whether it be by land, sea, or air, the Lord is appointing them to do that, okay? The Lord is here in definition C, to call up. The Lord is calling them up, all right? Let's see what Muster says. It says, assemble, congregate, and the Lord is assembling the troops. It says here, assemble troops, especially for inspection or preparation for battle. And that's what's coming, okay? Preparation for battle is what you're seeing. It says here in verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. Over here to your right, I'm reading. They come from a far country, from the furthest part of heaven, even Yahweh and the instruments of his wrath, with destruction for all the land. These nations, militaries, are going to bring forth the destruction of the Lord toward here to America, okay? All right? You can see it's happening, all right? It's right here in front of you. This general is telling the people right out of the horse's mouth, all right? Lord, will you can see it. Lord, will you edify to the next time. Shalom.